lifting anything heavy. Hello, baby.
You know, we really should stop calling her baby.
What are you doing up here anyway?
Just looking through some old things Nana Ruth saved from when I was a little girl.
What's this? Oh, wow!
Grandpa George's typewriter. Nana Ruth always said she never had to worry about a mistress, because no woman in her right mind would put up with all his blacking.
Man, look how thick these glasses are.
Hey, don't make fun. Those glasses saved Grandpa George from the war. Can you help me start over here?
Yeah. Hey, what's that?
Scrapbook?
Newspaper clippings. Charlotte, your Grandpa George's name is on the byline of all these articles. Purdue student newspaper, mostly. Well, here's D-Day, the Battle of the Bulge, the death of FDR. Huh. Allies take Berlin, Hiroshima. Wow. That's interesting.
What's interesting?
Well, most of these are major historical events. There's a lot from the local newspaper. Looks like right after he got out of college.
And?
Hold on. I'm reading. Okay, it looks like they're all about a missing kid who was found here. In Liberty. Here, listen to this. Lost child does not know own name.
Her and our baby have something in common.
I mean, it's hard to believe, though. What did this kid have to go through that she doesn't know her own name? Recognize her parents?
Turn back to the first page.
July 16th, 1947. Lost child does not know own name. Liberty Sheriff's Office is investigating the identity of a young girl who was taken into the care of the county last week when the man she was traveling with was arrested for robbing the general store. The man she was traveling with was arrested for robbing the general store. To start,
Georgie! You up there? Georgie Porgy, pudding pie!
what?
Come down to dinner.
Harold, I am 23 years old. Quit bossing me around. I'm working on the story. You heard about the man they arrested last week? Well, the sheriff managed to keep it quiet that the man had a kid with him.
So he had a kid. What's the big deal?
The kid isn't his. You remember my buddy Randall? He managed to become a deputy and works down at the county jail now. He got me an interview.
And that's where you're going?
Yep.
Good luck.
Georgie Porgy, pudding pie!
Authorities believe found child is missing Dunbar girl.
I met with the Women's League today. They put together baskets for the Veterans Hospital. The pastor's wife made that pound cake you like so much. I think I'll get the recipe from her and have Julia try it. Would you like that, Thomas? Thomas?
What, Hattie?
I'd like to talk with you.
We're talking.
I'm talking, you're elsewhere.
I'm right here.
That's not what I meant. How was your day?
Fine.
What does fine mean?
Nothing worth speaking of.
Thomas!
What, Hattie? What do you want?
I'd like to know how your day was.
My day was fine.
It's the same as it was every day. I went to the store, I opened it. Someone came in looking for some fancy thing they saw in Sears Roebuck catalog. We didn't have it. I had a sandwich for lunch. I came back to the store. Mary's picture stared at me from the window like it does every day.
Thomas.
And I felt guilty like I do every day. I regret planning that trip to the lake house. I regret leaving early to come back to work. I regret not searching day and night until we found her. I regret every single breath that I take. So the next time you want to know how my day was, assume that it's full of guilt and regret, because that is how I feel every single day.
You act like she's gone. That there's no hope. There is hope. There's always hope.
We didn't find her.
I can't believe that you've given up on our daughter. I didn't realize your love had limits.
I have accepted reality.
Mr. Dunbar!
What?
Begging your pardon, sir, but there's a deputy at the door.
Well, what does he want?
He said he wishes to speak with you, sir.
We'll show him in then.
Yes, sir.
You are her father.
Leave it alone.
Evening, Mr. and Mrs. Dunbar.
Good evening, Deputy
Walters, Randall Walters.
What can we do for you, Deputy Walters?
Well, you see, sir, it's about the child you reported missing last year. We think we found her.
What? Oh, thank the Lord! Is she? Is she?
Yes, ma'am. The child is fine.
What do you need from us, Deputy?
The sheriff was hoping you could identify the child in person.
We'll go right now.
Well, ma'am, please. These things have to be done at the appropriate time, and the child is safe in our custody.
Where did the child come from?
She turned up with a drifter that was just passing through. The sheriff was hoping you could provide a recent photograph. Then, perhaps you can meet the child tomorrow.
Yes, of course. Anything you need. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Our Mary has come home.
Dunbar family identifies lost child.
Good afternoon. My name's George. I write for the Union County Banner. The powers that be seem to think that the child you were traveling with is the missing Dunbar girl. But rumor has it that you haven't been in these parts before. So, I guess why I'm here is to get your version of the story.
Since you opened it,
The girl, where'd you take her from?
I didn't take it from anywhere. I found it just outside Greenwood when I was looking for work. I come across this girl, filthy. She was rocking back and forth and humming to herself. So I asked her where she came from. She couldn't say. She wouldn't even say her name. She would just sing the song. So I started calling her Birdie. She would just sing and sing. She was my little songbird.
Why didn't you try to find her parents?
Well, look, I took her into town lots of times to see if maybe she recognized somebody or something, but she didn't recognize nobody, and nobody recognized her, so I took her into different towns, same story. Eventually, I stopped looking. Then one night, I go out to play my guitar and make some money. Little Birdie says she wants to come with me, so I played, and she sang, and people liked it. She was good company, little Birdie, and to tell you the truth, I'm really going to miss her, and I hope that people take good care of her.
Do you think the Dunbars are her parents?
They could be. Stranger things have happened.
You don't sound convinced.
It just don't seem right to me.
Why do you say that?
It just seems too far for a girl to travel on her own. Greenwood is 15 miles from here. No little girl wouldn't make it that far.
Where do you think she came from?
I don't know. But Liberty ain't it.
You said you stopped into several towns after you found the child. Was there someplace you didn't go?
Was my way from Greenwood. Maybe she came from another direction. It don't matter much to me, though. All I know is that, well, I'm really gonna miss her.
Is this Mary? Dunbar's unsure of found girl's identity.
Oh, he's been writing for most of his life. But he started working for the Banner last month. He just got out of college.
I see.
George, this here is Miss Ruth Anderson. She's from Hamilton. She wanted to talk to you about some article you wrote. Miss Ruth, this is my brother George. He's single.
Thanks, Carol. Nice to meet you, Miss Anderson. What brings you to my attic on this sweltering afternoon?
The article you wrote in the Union County Banner. The one about the little girl.
It's quite the scandal around town. Do you have a question about it?
No, not about the article specifically, but the little girl. Did that family really say that she's theirs?
Said you read the article. They say she's theirs, but some folks have their doubts. Why do you ask?
Some folks are right. I don't think she's their daughter.
Whose do you think she is?
Mine.
What?
I think she's my daughter.
Maybe you should sit down. What do you mean she's your daughter?
I mean, my little girl disappeared 8 months ago, and I haven't seen her since I saw her in your picture in the article.
Disappeared. What happened to her?
I'm a terrible mother, that's what happened. I left her with my neighbors so I could go find a job. But when I got back, she was gone.
What did your neighbors say?
They said she'd wandered off the first day I left. They said they looked and looked, but they couldn't find her.
Miss Anderson, it seems to me like you ought to be talking to the sheriff instead of me.
I already did!
You told them what you told me?
Yes, but they said there's nothing they can do because that family had already said that she's theirs.
What do you think I can do about it?
Tell my side of the story.
You can't publish your feelings. You have to give me something concrete.
I don't have anything concrete, except for this old baby picture. I just need 5 minutes with her. That's all. She'll know it's me.
Maybe if you had a recent picture.
I never had money for a new picture.
Miss Anderson, my editor isn't going to like this. But there's a story here. I'm going to tell it.
Second mother claims little girl lost.
Sir, ma'am, begging your pardon, but Deputy Walters is here to speak with you again. May I show him in?
Oh, yes, of course. And take these things up to Mary's room. I've ordered her all new linens. You'll be getting them ready immediately.
Of course.
Evening, Mr. and Mrs. Dunbar. Sorry to barge in without calling first. May I speak with you, please?
When do we get married? When can she come home to stay?
Patty, patience. Deputy, please, take a seat.
No thanks. I won't be here very long. You see, the thing is, sir, ma'am, another woman has come forward claiming the child is hers.
What? No, she's ours.
That's preposterous. She's our daughter. Who can make such a ridiculous claim?
I'm not supposed to discuss any of the details. The sheriff just wanted me to tell you. He's allowing her to meet the child.
What? No, she's ours. She's mine. You can't take her away. I can't lose her again.
Just get this ugliness behind us so we can get on with rebuilding our family. Tell your boss he'll be hearing from our lawyer within the hour. He'll put a stop to this absurdity. Good day, Deputy Walters.
Yes, sir.
Two mothers, one child. Both mothers claim little girl lost. Dunbar family threatens to sue.
Well, that's her, George. I swear it is. That's my Annabelle.
Hello to you too. What happened when you saw her?
Oh, well, we went to the courthouse and there was the lawyers and some lady talking and, oh, Annabelle must have been scared out of her wits. I know that I was. But I took one look at her and I knew that she was mine.
Harriet Dunbar, the other mother, she claims the exact same thing. And she has a lawyer and a husband and more money than anyone I've ever met before.
Money doesn't make you a mother.
Where's Annabelle's father? Ruth, the child's father may help to strengthen your story.
It's not a story. It's my life.
Your life, then. I'm trying to help you, but I can't if you don't give me information to work with.
All right, I'm sorry. It's just I'm not used to having people on my side. I left home when I was 14. My father had died and we needed money. Indianapolis wasn't so far. I went over there to a factory and worked, and I lived in a dorm. I met her father at a dance for the factory workers. We fell in love. He was drafted and left for basic before he even knew I was pregnant. When the foreman found out, he fired me. I went home to my mother, hoping she'd take me in. She threw us out. We bounced between friends' houses until my cousin took me in. I did small jobs, whatever I could do to provide for her, but with her getting older, I wanted something stable. I left her with my neighbors. You know the rest.
Where's the father now?
Dead.
I'm sorry.
Just because I don't have a husband or a lawyer or more toys than a child needs to play with anyway does not mean I'm not her mother. Sometimes I think God punishes the poor. But then I remember my rewards are waiting for me in the kingdom of heaven. I remember that, and I pray, and it gets me through every day.
I believe you. I want to help you. It just doesn't help that Annabelle didn't recognize you. Isn't there anything that could identify her as yours?
There's a lullaby I wrote for her when she was little.
Will you sing it for me?
I couldn't. I'm not much of a singer.
I don't mind.
I couldn't bear it. It's private.
Well, I will talk to Randall to see what happens next. I think it's in the hands of the courts now to decide. I believe you. I am your friend. Thank you for trusting me with your story.
I've never trusted anybody a day in my life. But yes, George, I trust you. Help me bring my Annabelle home.
Judge's decision in Little Girl Lost hearing to come down today. Union County residents flock to courthouse.
We're very grateful that the judge has come to the right decision in this case, that a little girl lost will be going home with the right family. The Dunbars appreciate your unwavering support in this most trying times of their lives and are very grateful that they will be raising their child in this wonderful Christian community. Our sympathies goes out to the woman who has had to come to terms with the loss of her child. The Dunbars will greatly appreciate their privacy as they become reacquainted with their beautiful Mary.
Mr. Prescott, aren't they gonna lock that woman up for trying to steal somebody's baby?
At this time, neither the Dunbars nor Union County wish to press charges in this matter. We feel as if the woman has already been through enough.
How were they finally able to identify the girl as Mary Dunbar?
The judge looked over the evidence. I'm sorry, Mrs. Dunbar, do you want to say something?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Prescott. I would like to thank the Women's League of Union County for being my help and support throughout this trying ordeal. And as for all of your questions, all I can say is, a mother knows. When I held her in my arms and looked into her eyes, I knew she was mine, and that she was back with the grace of God with her father and I.
Mrs. Dunbar, George Monroe from the Union County Banner. What do you say to the allegations that the child didn't recognize you?
The judge has already cast his verdict in this case, and Mrs. Dunbar is the mother of this child.
Miss Anderson's evidence was much the same. What makes her word any less valid than Mrs. Dunbar's?
Much the same. Mr. Monroe, you propose a song. A little ditty bears equal weight to the clear, photographic evidence provided by the Dunbars. Preposterous.
What of Miss Anderson's picture?
Miss Anderson's outdated photograph. It is clear that these children bore a striking resemblance to one another. And although it is tragic, the woman has lost her child. Her poor parenting does not entitle her to steal another new baby.
You don't even know her!
Everybody makes mistakes, Mr. Prescott. Are you to say that you are without sin?
I am not on trial here, sir. I caution you watch your tone.
Sorry. Just trying to report on the facts, sir.
The fact is that this hearing is over, and that the child's with her rightful parents.
Based on weak evidence.
Maybe he's not so worried about the evidence.
Once a whore, always a whore.
No! My name is Ruth Anderson. I am a woman who fell in love. A woman of faith, just like you. A woman that lost her child. But you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. So let me tell you. I will not let go of what is mine. And I will not leave her!
She's gonna try to take my baby!
Judge orders Anderson to keep away from little girl lost.
What did Randall say?
He said the Dunbars are going to press charges if you keep on showing up at the store like that.
It's a public place.
Not to you, it isn't. I've called in my last favor. I will not be able to get you out of trouble next time.
Who asked you to?
You did. You did when you sat right there and asked me to tell your side of the story.
Oh, a lot of good that did.
Look, we lost. We did everything that we could, and we still lost. But now, all the things that you're doing, it's not helping you. It's not helping you, or the Dunbars,
I don't
or Annabelle!
What?
This isn't helping her. Living in the chaos that you and the Dunbars have created, being fought over like a rag doll. Have you thought about what this is doing to her?
Oh my God. Oh my God, George, you're right. I've been so focused about what I'm feeling. I forgot about her. Oh my God. What have I done? Go to sleep, my lovely one. Mama loves you so. Go to sleep, my lovely one. I will never go.
What's that?
girl's lullaby.
It's beautiful.
Dunbars host grand celebration for homecoming of little girl lost.
I was married. Does she like the way you redecorated her room? What is it?
Mary. She's so distant. She won't look at me. She won't hug me back. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Hattie, she's been through an ordeal. One that we'll never truly understand. Only God knows the condition she was living in with that horrid vagrant. And this last month with the Anderson woman showing up all the time, she just needs some time to adjust.
She seems happier with Julia than she does with me.
You sound like an insolent child. Just be patient. Our Mary just needs to get used to her life here.
What is she? Our Mary, I mean.
Don't you dare start that again, you promised!
Thomas, look at me. Can you honestly tell me you never wondered? Never? She's so distant, like a guest in this house. Sometimes I'll go in her room and find her rocking back and forth, humming or singing.
She's a child. She likes music.
It's the same song over and over again. Go to sleep, my lovely one. Mama loves you so. I didn't teach it to her. I've never heard it before. Where did she learn it?
From the vagrant. From the family that brought her here. From the officer that found her. I don't know, Patty. Leave it alone. Don't create problems where they don't exist. I'm going to the store. I have some bookkeeping to attend to.
You're leaving again.
Yes, so I can provide for our daughter. And while I'm gone, dry up those tears and stop acting like a tempestuous child. You say you're her mother, we'll act like it.
It would be easier if you were to act like her father.
I am her father. I'm going upstairs. You, Mary, and I are a family. And the sooner you start acting like it, the sooner our daughter.
Yes, Thomas.
Miss, begging your pardon, but Ruth Anderson is here to speak with you.
What does she want?
I'm sure I don't know, ma'am, but she said she's not here to cause any trouble. Should I show her in?
Very well then. Show her in.
Are you sure?
Yes. Keep Mary upstairs, though, will you?
Of course.
The judge warned you to keep your distance.
Good afternoon to you, too.
Is there something you wanted?
You already know the answer to that.
My husband will be back at any moment now.
Well, I don't want to talk to him.
Then why have you come?
I feel like we need to have a talk. Mother to mother.
Please. I need to go take care of my child. Why have you come?
I had a realization. All this fighting, this bickering, it's hurting Annabelle. Mary. I wake up every morning and I wonder how I can take another breath. I feel like I'm living with my heart outside of my body. You and I know that that child up there has my eyes, my blood. The law has decided that you are her mother. You and I, and God, we know the truth. All of this fighting will destroy us. So for her sake, and only for her, I will leave you alone. I will exchange pleasantries when we see each other in the street. I will watch her grow from afar. I will never reveal myself to her, that I promise. But I just need to know one thing. Take care of my baby.
Ruth Anderson to stay in Liberty. Local merchant offers employment.
I did it.
I'm proud of you.
I'll always wonder if it was the right choice.
You made the decision that's best for her. That's what her mother would do.
Thank you, George.
Just doing my job, Ruth.
Was that all it was?
No. Maybe at first.
And
then I got to know you. Got to know the woman behind the story. Can't imagine what this whole thing must feel like. But your strength. I am in awe. I could never have endured what you endured, and now that all this is over, good Lord. I'm a writer. I'm supposed to be good with words. I guess what I'm trying to say.
George Monroe and Ruth Anderson to wed this Saturday at the First Presbyterian Church of Liberty. This whole thing was about Nana.
I never knew any of this.
This was just something they didn't want to talk about.
Could you imagine our little girl losing her, then finding her, then losing her again? I don't think I can bear it.
Well, Nana Ruth was the strongest woman we have ever known.
Go to sleep, my lovely one. Mama loves you so. To sleep, my lovely one. I will never go. Though the world
Annabelle?
Annabelle. It's beautiful.